Alright, so it's been a while since I've put out any content. Life's been a bit hectic, a bit rough here and there, and I also felt really guilty about the whole turbo build in 836. It's taken way too long, and I felt like I let a bunch of you down, which I probably did, which I've pieced together pretty much everything that I need. I bought a new manifold that actually fits unlike the last one. Just a bunch of random things, like small things, which is almost there. But I've actually decided to go with a bottom mount setup, at least at the beginning, just for simplicity. So I actually have to order a smaller turbo just so it can fit. But I know all of you are sick of hearing me talk about this turbo build and never happening. I'm just waiting to take the car through one event, which I tried to hit the past two up. The first one, the car broke down on the way.
It broke down because I was driving it.
And the second one, work screwed me over. I requested the day 3 weeks in advance, but someone got fired that week, so I ended up having to work his shift, which meant I couldn't go to the event. But the next one's in October. I believe it's the 15th or so. I'll put it up on the screen. So I'm going to run that event in E36, and then I'm going to start the turbo build regardless. I don't care if I have to take out a loan or hit up mom and daddy, which they definitely will not give me any money. But anyways, that's enough of my blabber, and we'll actually get started, which I'm going to be installing a ducktail spoiler, sort of like the Rocket Bunny style. The same one as like the E36 pretty much, which that's why I have it uncovered. But we're going to throw it on. It should make the car look really good. So here is the spoiler, which is a ducktail from Cliqtuning. It's the same one as the E36 as I just said, which I actually really like this one because if you look at the sides and everything, it's rounded. It actually goes with the body of the Miata, whereas you can see this one's rounded. If I go over here to the E36, you can see that it's very straight, very edgy, which goes well with the body of the E36. They're really thoughtful in the design of this thing, which there's actually two ways you can sort of go about doing this. You can use an automotive adhesive, like a permanent one, which is actually what I did to the E36. It's really nice if you're looking for like a clean look with no drilling holes or anything into your car, which I did the whole video on that. So if you're interested, you can go there. And since I already did that, I'm gonna go with the other way, which is pop rivets, which I'm just gonna go ahead and install the spoiler and everything, and then I'll talk about it afterwards. Alright, so I got it completely installed. It fit absolutely perfect, and I think it looks gorgeous, which I'm gonna paint it. You could leave it black if your car is painted already, but mine is spray painted, so I'm just gonna throw some paint on it, as simple as that. But before I do any of that, I'll just quickly show you it all, the like fitment and everything, and then I'll briefly talk about pop rivets and all of that. So as far as fitment goes, it fit absolutely perfect. If I go over here, you can see it's exactly lined up, and it lines up perfectly with this and everything. Now, I did not rivet these sides on here, so it sticks out just a little bit, and that is because this side of the car, obviously it was wrecked, pretty much all of you know that, but this was bent in a little bit, so I couldn't really get it. I just got to bend this out and then I put a rivet in. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like it is. Now, I riveted it all the way across the back, the bottom here, and then on the top. It's completely sturdy, you can't even move it at all. It fit perfect, and I think it looks really good. But now I will pull it off and paint it, or actually I'll talk about the pop rivets really quickly. So for those of you who are like completely unfamiliar with pop rivets and everything, they're just these little things. They're used on like airplanes and stuff, that's what they're famous for. But they're real cheap. You can actually buy this thing here, which is a rivet gun, hand riveter, for like $5 from Harbor Freight, and it comes with a bunch of them. Now, one thing to note is if you're gonna buy them, well, you actually need these. The part right here, the shaft, is a bit longer than normal. Normal, I'd say, is about half the size of this, so it ends right here, and then this one's a bit longer, but you need it to be longer so you can like drill through the fiberglass, whatever you're attaching, and through the metal. So you pretty much, you want to get these, you don't want them too long, but this is about a good size here, which I picked these up from an O'Reilly's, like any parts store will have them, even Harbor Freight. But now I'm going to pull my trunk off because it's just easier that way. I don't have to mask or anything, just pull it off and just paint the whole thing, and I'll put it on, and also have the brake light, which I'm going to put in there after it's all painted. So I painted the trunk and everything, and I just left it overnight just to dry, and then I put it on this morning before work. But it's on there, it looks great. I'll just quickly like show some pan shots of it to show it off a little bit, and I'll talk about it, which is pretty much going to be the same thing I said before when it was black. Nothing's really changed, but it's painted, but it looks great, so I'll just show you now, and you can check it out for yourselves. Okay, so here's the finished product, which I think it looks great. I really like the matching colors. I didn't really like it when it was black, but now it really goes with the shape of the car, which one thing I've noticed is, you know, Miatas are like, they slope off towards the back, and the overall car is just really round. It's like sort of like a blob, but the spoiler gives it a lot of character, which when you look from like the front, it just looks a lot better with the front lip. It just sort of goes and rakes off. It just looks a lot more like, it almost looks like the car was sort of like, should have been made that way, with like at least like a little boot lip or something like that, which I just like it. It looks really good. And as I said earlier, everything just lines up perfect. It's just really easy to install when it just goes on there and fits. Now everything you see is dead even all along, except on this side it's a bit weird just because the car's wrecked obviously, and everything's sort of dented up here a little bit, but other than that it fits great. Even the brake light is completely centered here. It's just overall really nice quality. It's real smooth out of the box, and just, it's the perfect lip, I think, spoiler just for the Miatas. It's the best looking one in my opinion. A lot of the other ducktails are just real small, which they do look really good, but this one's just a lot more edgy, and it gives the Miata a bit of shape, which it definitely needs. But that's the ducktail, which I know this probably wasn't the most interesting video. I've done this before, but at least I'm making videos again. I'm hoping to do a bunch more crazy stuff. I actually have a lot of stuff for the E36, which I pretty much had for months now. I've just been putting it off, which I'm changing the engine mounts and transmission mounts because they're broke and the car's not drivable like that. Everything's just out of place, and I also broke the exhaust on it. But I'm fixing all of that, and I'm hoping to get it to a vent. It's messed up the past 2 times, which hopefully 3rd time's the charm. I can go rip. I have pretty much a billion spares just sitting there ready to go. So I'm hoping to get it fixed, but I hope you all are excited that I'm making videos again. A lot of you probably forgot about me, which I'm sure most of you have. I know I definitely would. But I'm going to be back posting hopefully pretty calm, and it's going to take a bit of time just for me to get the E36 ready again, which I'm not going to video me just changing out mounts. But let me know what you all think of the spoiler. Again, I would like to say thanks Cliqtuning. You can go there to pick this thing up. It's the best in my opinion. I love the look of it. But let me know what you all think, and hopefully the next video should be out soon.